Hi again, everyone. I hope you're all doing really well. So in a surprise to nobody, the US Senate has voted to acquit former President Donald Trump over his role in the Capitol Riots in his second impeachment trial. The Democrats needed 67 guilty votes to be successful in a Senate that is split 50-50 between Democrats and Republicans. The Senators voted 57 to 43 on the charge of incitement of insurrection, falling 10 votes short following a 5-day trial. Before the vote, closing arguments were presented by both sides, with those voting to impeach stating the stakes could not be higher because the cold hard truth is that what happened on January 6th can happen again. I fear, like many of you do, that the violence we saw on that terrible day may be just the beginning. In retort, Trump's lawyer Michael Van Der Veen, as he had said through the whole defense, insisted his client had done nothing wrong and maintained that he was the victim of vengeful Democrats and a biased news media, referring to the whole impeachment process as a charade from beginning to end. Trump's defense had received a huge PR boost in the second last day of the trial when his defense lawyers presented a video that unmasked rife hypocrisy around the use of the term fight by Democrat candidates and made strong connections to the Black Lives Matter and Antifa-fueled riots that were immensely more destructive and anti-authority and anti-American than what had happened on January 6th.
We need to show you some of their own words.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
You got to be ready to throw a punch. You have to be ready to throw a punch.
Donald Trump, I think you need to go back and punch him in the face.
That I thought he should have punched him in the face.
I feel like punching him.
I'd like to take him behind the gym if I were in high school. If we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him. No, I wish we were in high school, I could take him behind the gym.
I will go and take Trump out tonight. Take him out now.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Please, get up in the face of some Congress people.
People will do what they do.
I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price.
We're going to go in there, we're going to...
This is just a warning to you Trumpers. Be careful. Walk lightly. And for those of you who are soldiers, make them pay.
If you had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be?
Does one of us have to come out alive?
And there's more.
I promise to fight every single day. I'm a fighter and I'm relentless, but I'm a fighter and I'm relentless. A fighter and I'm relentless. I will fight like hell.
But the way I see it now is that we pick ourselves up and we fight back. That's what I think it's all about. We stand up and we fight back. We do not back down. We do not compromise, not today, not tomorrow, not ever. You can either lie down, you can whimper, you can pull up in a ball, you can decide to move to Canada, or you can stand your ground and fight back. And that's what it's about. We do fight.
Every day I'm in the United States Senate, I will fight.
And one of the things we do is should fight.
Because my constituents send me here each and every day to fight.
We've been fighting this fight, and we need to be side by side so we can succeed. And so I hope that you will all join us in our fight. And if we fight, and as the next governor of Georgia, I will never stop fighting. We can show the old guard something new, and we can fight.
My fight, those fights need to fight an administration
Requiring us to fight, and fight we will. Their fight. And their fight, and their fight. The fight is a fight. And so when we fight the fight that we are in, when we are fighting this fight, we fight this fight. The strength of who we are is we will fight. And we will fight the fight. We will fight. We are in a fight. The fight. It is a fight, and it is a fight born out of patriotism. This is a fight fighting. I say fight on, fight on, fight on, fight on.
I'm here to say one more time in publicly, this is not a fight I wanted to take on, but this is the fight in front of us now.
every single one of you and every one of you. That's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. It's a word people use. But please stop the hypocrisy. And did you tone down the rhetoric last summer when all of this was happening? Did you condemn the rioters? Or did you stand with Nancy Pelosi, who said, people are going to do what they're going to do?
This is a movement, I'm telling you. They're not going to stop. And everyone beware, because they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after.
And please, show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
It was a violent night in St. Louis. They shot and killed David in cold blood.
Destroying property which can be replaced is not violence.
This is an apartment complex on fire, and it just collapsed. Their building just collapsed.
I have nowhere to go now. These people did this for no reason.
This is just a snapshot of some of the damage that people will be waking up to.
I'm proud of New York, and I'm proud of the protests.
There is damage everywhere you look. Honestly, it looks like a war zone.
Heartwarming to see so many people turn out peacefully.
What I find quite interesting is that while I and many other observers were almost 100% confident that the impeachment trial would fail, the presentation of both cases reflected the bullish butting of heads that seems to exist between the two sides. There was no real compromising on views, and really, like I thought all along, this was not something that was going to sow any unity throughout America. Perhaps what this trial did do, however, and this was perhaps part of the genius of Trump's defense team, only giving a short presentation of evidence in defense of their client, is that it gave the viewpoints of Trump supporters a fairer airing by the mainstream media that did not allow as much gross manipulation as it is often subjected to. Only 7 Republicans voted against their former president, those being Pat Toomey of Pennsylvania, Richard Burr from North Carolina, Susan Collins from Maine, Bill Cassidy from Louisiana, Lisa Murkowski from Alaska, Mitt Romney from Utah, and Ben Sasser from Nebraska. Perhaps in a move to save some face, but also one that contains an equal amount of logic, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell had told colleagues via email that he would vote to acquit Donald Trump as he didn't believe the process of impeaching a private citizen was being constitutional, and that while he condemned the actions of Donald Trump on January 6th, he believed that if there was any wrongdoing by the president, that it could be sorted out in the courts now that Trump is out of office. And if the Dems are serious about their accusations, they will challenge Trump in this context. I believe if they don't, it kind of further exposes the whole impeachment trial as the charade which many perceive it to be. However, what this does show is that Trump is still seen as a central figure in the Republican Party, with 86% of Republican senators in one way or another standing by him. It also means that if he chooses to run for president again, he can. I feel that the decision and the support from the Republican Party means that the Patriot Party idea will remain on ice. I don't see it as something that will happen unless Trump is booted from the Republican Party, but there seems to be a wider acceptance among their voters and party members now that they like Trump and what he stands for, and this position is reflective of the future direction they want the party to go. However, saying this, Trump is smart. I believe he will be trying to get his rumoured media project off the ground first before making any more announcement about his political future, as this will be a crucial element in dictating his own political narrative and thoughts in the future, and by extension communicating with much of the Republican base who are crying out for an alternative news and social media source. Interestingly, this has been a bit of a win for Joe Biden as well. I kind of theorized in a previous video that Biden would not want a long impeachment trial and would not want to be dragged into it, as it could be sort of damaging to his early days as president. Also, since the trial has dominated US political news since before Biden's inauguration, Joe Biden has been able to quietly go about signing 51 executive orders in his first few weeks in office. This is quite interesting, as he has now signed in 3 weeks almost a quarter of the total number of executive orders that Trump signed in his entire 4-year term in office. Given that a number of the orders are around addressing a response to the pandemic, But the numbers of actions he has taken in such a short period, when compared to the lack of action taken by the legislative arms of government in this time, does not really reflect a true democratic approach to governing. As if everything is getting passed through executive level, you are in many ways being governed through dictatorship. Biden might need to slow up on the executive orders soon, as if this is to continue, he may begin to face a stronger backlash over all the laws he is unknowingly passing. Anyway, it has been an expected victory for Trump and his supporters today. However, be that as it may, it is still good news for Donald Trump and the Republican Party's future. What do you guys think about the whole impeachment trial? Was it a charade? What do you think is going to happen now with Trump and the Republican Party? Let me know in the comments below. I always love to hear from you guys. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Cheers.